Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome to Pick Up the Truth. Hope y'all are doing good today. And, well, wanted to talk about the video I put out the other day. And I don't want people to get the wrong impression. I don't want people to think I'm attacking this video because it's Emerald's son. I'm not. You know, if I still believed in the world that creates that kind of music, I would say it was a damn good video. But I'm talking about the world of truth that I live in now. And I'm talking about the things in that video that could comfort and be welcoming to a person that's addicted to the drugs or alcohol they're doing in the video. And we have to understand that what they do with music is not a joke. And I understand that your son is coming off addiction to drugs, and that's great. Because if these boys were addicted to drugs and they're trying to make a video about coming off the drugs, then I would suggest not to make the video look so enticing. I mean, if you're going to put a written message at the end and say a label picks this song up, I can see a lot of people getting high and shooting up to this song, because it's got all the things in it that would make them feel good about what they're doing. I care a lot about people. I'm not just trying to make things bad on you boys or even Emerald. I know how much of a monster this drug is. I've lived in the world. I've seen it when it first came out. I've seen it, what it was doing to people. It's a terrible drug. It's a terrible drug. It's a depopulator. It was programmed to depopulate people, and that's what it's doing to us. It's depopulating us, just like it was created to do. And it's just not in the rap culture. It's in every culture. Okay? I remember as a young father raising my daughter, and I was on a bowling league. A bowling league. Bowling, mind you, that's supposed to be a typical sport for people to do. Have fun. Get together. Have a good time. I joined the league, started going every week. And that's before I knew that bowling was a game of pyramids. Because what are the pins in the shape of? A pyramid. What are you trying to knock down? The pyramid. Of course, they love the pyramid programming, right? Okay. But just a typical game of program bowling, I started going every week. Started associating with the people there, making lots of friends, getting to know the waitresses and the management and all of that. But as we know, when we make friends in this world, we start finding out things we didn't really want to know either, you know, like I would always go outside back when I used to smoke and take cigarette breaks all the time, you know, and I would see a lot of things. I would see a lot of things going on, and as I got more closer with the people that worked there, and sometimes I'd talk to the waitresses, become friends with them, and come to find out, I would start seeing a drug dealer man coming up in his car, selling oxycodone and all the other shit that's on the street in script pill form, or was back in the day, because the script pill forms is what they used to get these people addicted to this stuff anyway. We all know that, and it was planned that way. And it's not just my perception or perspective, which we know, we'll talk about that a little later, which we know is not truth. Perception or perspective is never truth. Okay, but we'll touch on that a little later. But getting back to the the bowling alley, on my cigarette breaks, I would notice this guy, you know, he was selling these pills to a lot of people. And I'm talking about normal people that you would see in the world, you know, like aunts, uncles, you know, young people, old people. The waitresses were distributing these drugs and selling them for like $20 a piece. And this was supposed to be a really reputable place. But it didn't matter, because these things are happening everywhere. In your city, in my city, in other countries' cities. It was meant to happen this way. It's scheduled depopulation happening right in front of our eyes. The only reason we refuse to see it is because we don't want to. We don't want to pay attention to that world that really exists, that are really killing our brothers and sisters out there. Okay? And now, I didn't make this video for people to feel sorry about our situation. I just want to open people's eyes up to what's going on. Killing real people. And not only that, it's a program distraction for us, so they can continue working behind the scenes to deceive us with these program lies they make us live. And I know people. I've known people that were addicted to these drugs, and I've helped them every time they wanted to try to wean themselves off of these drugs. You know? And it's scary. This drug is a program monster. It'll take over your mind. It'll take over your body. It'll take over your soul. It'll take over your life. And it'll kill you. Because you're not in control. This scheduled drug given to us by the Masons, who continue to force us to live in the world that they created. It's no joke, people. And this is why we need to wake up to the truth. You know? What are we going to do? Keep burying our heads in the sand about these drugs? Whether it be meth, heroin, whatever. It's all given to us by the ones who control and enslave us in this world. We got to stop fooling ourselves. Okay? There's no such thing as their fucking perception or perspective. It's programmed knowledge. It's a back door into your mind to make you believe in whatever they want you to believe in. Okay? You can use perception and perspective to make excuses for anything that they program you to believe in. But it's not truth. For example, if there's a cat laying in the road or laying far enough to where you can't see it clearly, and you have a buddy with you, if you think that cat looks like a skunk, because that's the way you're perceiving it, and that's the way that's the way you see it from that distance, and your buddy thinks it's a small dog because that's the way he sees it at that distance, it doesn't make it so. Doesn't make it true, does it? No, because it's not truth. Your perception and perspective is not truth. Why do we continue to use these things as an excuse to believe in the lies that they program us with? My point is, if you're looking down the road and the road at the top looks like it comes into a pyramid, just like they always want to program us to believe in, it doesn't make it so. Because as you walk further down that road, you'll see that the pyramid just keeps extending and the road just keeps going. It doesn't mean it's a pyramid. It will never be that pyramid. It doesn't mean it's truth. You cannot stand on perspective or perception. You cannot stand on that, because you can only stand on the solid ground that was created for you in creation. That's solid ground. Solid like a rock, because it's truth. It's truth. They cannot pull a psyop on you. Okay? You believe and put your faith into that solid truth. They can't bring anything to you and anything against you, because you always see it. You always see it for what it is. Truth. But you'll see the lies. Always look at it in truth, and you'll see the lies. You'll see the lies of somebody else's perception or perspective. Okay? Truth is solid. It's powerful. It's more powerful than any of the programmed thoughts that they put in our minds, because it's constant. They can't destroy it. They can't hide it. It's self-evident. It's our weapon we can use against them. If we give up our weapon and believe in their lies, it makes us weaker. Makes us weaker. We're going to be asked one day to fight these people who enslave and control our minds. We're going to be asked to go up against these people. We're going to be asked to prove these people to be the people they are. And we have to be strong and true, standing on solid ground with the sword of truth that's sharp as steel. We can't be weak when we go up against these people we accuse. They'll want proof, and we'll need to be on solid ground and strong enough to give it to them. We seek truth because we want a better world, and only truth will give it to us. I've seen the real things that these drugs do to these people. People are dying, real folks. Real people die from these drugs every day. Real people. Young ones. Since our son overdosed in that house, and that house is an abandoned house he was found dead at. And I believe in the end we found out there were over 20 young ones in that neighborhood that we live in that died in that house before our son died. And do you know, after our son was found at that house dead, they continued to let activity happen in that house. They continued to let the drug users in the neighborhood use that house to shoot up in. You know that? The police, the so-called authority, the Masonic authority, the people they use against us. Okay? Allowed the activity to go on in that house. They allowed the death to happen before our son died, and they allowed the death to happen after. Does that make sense to you? Does that not tell you that something's going on? Something bigger than we know about? It's scheduled depopulation. They're allowing it to happen, not just in my city, everywhere. And we just bury our heads in the sand because we may be stuck on the junk too. I know I'm not, but I know there's a lot of people that are. I know people keep dying from this shit. Dying and dying and dying. And everybody just keeps ignoring it. When are we going to stop ignoring it and really get serious about it? Right? When are we going to stop ignoring it and get serious about it? Is there going to be a day? I thought as a truther we could get serious about issues. Can we get serious about issues, or every time we bring up an important issue we're gonna try to change somebody's thoughts on it, and we're gonna try to find something wrong with it? You know, we have to stop being so damn butthurt. You know what I mean? Stop being so butthurt and look at the message in the video. Alright? Not once did I talk bad about Emerald or his son. I am just tired of living in a world where this shit keeps doing what it was programmed to do, and that's infecting our minds in the ways they want us to be infected. You know? You can't let these things infect our minds anymore. And I don't mean stop talking about it. I mean, the cultures and the delivery system they have this in music, they use it against us. It's a delivery system to deliver their program. And we have to learn these things truthfully. We have to stop denying these things. We have to stop using perception and perspective as a way to avoid the truth. Music is a delivery system to program our minds. Okay? It also controls our actions. You can't get away from it. It was designed to do it. The sound frequencies make your body move. Okay? And the words in the lyrics program your mind on how they want you to think and how they want you to be. Is it a coincidence that I remember when rap came out, and I used to listen to classic rock, and I remember when rap came out, and I seen the way these people were acting and how they with their hands and with their hand signs, and how they, how they started to dance different, and it's programming. It's programming, but these fads were started by the people who control us in this world. Because there's always an agenda. These fads and these cultures and these ways they program us to buy the millions and millions of products that they manufacture for us and enslave us with, because they program us to want these things. And it can be anything. They program us to want the alcohol in the video. They program us to want the drugs in the video. Okay? They program us on the lifestyle in the video. You're gonna be... We all know we did it. We all know we did it. We grew up in the world. We wanted to wear the chains. We wanted to put the tattoos. We wanted to put the piercings. We wanted to put the anything our favorite rock band or culture was telling us to do, we'd do it. Come on, we can't act stupid about it now. But these are the reasons why we're in this truth community. It's not to run away from and be offended by a video. It's to talk about it honestly and not try to put words in somebody else's mouth. You know, these are the things that they're really doing to us. And yeah, there'll be so-called fake truthers who believe in perception and perspective. And they'll say, oh, this channel is nothing but perception and perspective, in my opinion, and whatnot. Bullshit. Bullshit. Come up against me on something on my channel then. I'll go up against any motherfucker who wants to question what's on my channel. I will. I'm not afraid, because I'm grounded in truth and I know it. I know it. Otherwise, I wouldn't try to be teaching people to free their mind with it. Free your mind with truth. Don't come at me with your programmed way of thinking. Don't come at me with the worldly programmed perception or perspective. I don't want to hear none of that shit. Because I know what it is. I can see it. You keep saying I don't have eyes to see or ears to hear. But I can see you and I can hear you. And everybody else. It's time to wake up. Time to wake up.